And our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
And the streak continues!
CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post 14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post 14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process.
Brings up Camion Gonzalez with runners on the corners. Runner from first going, and it's a fair ball down the third base line by Gonzalez. That's going to allow one to score.
The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, The Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Spring Mills on a special Hall of Fame night, and so I texted him a screenshot and I said, hey, it's 10-1, who does your social media? He goes, me, and the laughing emojis, and he was like, there's no edit button on Twitter, so it's staying. I was like, if you pay old Elon, there is.
Ten seconds. Good morning from P.O. Faulkner Park for some West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 as we welcome you into the countdown to first pitch, brought to you by the Skinner Law Firm, injury and consumer rights lawyers. Call them at 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Our cameramen are Dylan Bishop and Braden Schaffner. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Spencer, yesterday Martinsburg was here at P.O. Faulkner for Hall of Fame night. It was a 10-1 win for the Bulldogs over Spring Mills, an offensive explosion, and something that we talked earlier with Aaron Byler, the head coach of Martinsburg, about. And at this point in the year, that's exactly what you want to see from your team, an all-around win, only allowing one run and then getting the bats going, especially with multiple RBI days for guys up and down the roster and Jordan Canby hitting a home run.
Yeah, I mean, you saw a triple there from Murphy Clement last night, and, multiple, two RBIs for Canby all night, including that solo shot to deep left field. Rubenthal, 1-for-3 night, 2 RBIs. Murphy Clement, 2-for-4 night, 2 RBIs. Keegan Everhart, 2-for-2 night. Just an all-around good night for the Bulldogs. And then Michael Lucas on the mound. He went 100 pitches strong, 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Oviedo came in for 8 pitches and had 4 for strikes to finish out the contest last night, and he's going to get the start today on the mound as a little injury-riddled rotation the Bulldogs are right now, with 2 pitchers down for at least a little bit longer. So it's going to be a tight rotation for them. I believe, listening earlier, they had to cancel next weekend's games. I believe at Bridgeport. They're supposed to play Bridgeport and GW, which would have been huge games in 3A. but unfortunately they just don't have enough arms right now.
Yeah, but even though, as you just mentioned, they are lacking arms, and Oviedo, after ending the game yesterday on the mound and getting the start today, he's not somebody that's inexperienced. He's already pitched 15 innings so far this year in 8 games, had 2 starts as well. He's only thrown 256 pitches. He's got a 1-1 record so far for the Bulldogs this year as well, giving up 16 hits, 10 runs, 8 of those earned, 17 walks and 7 walks and 17 strikeouts. Had that flip-flopped, my apologies. His ERA is 3.733, so it's a guy that you can trust on the mound to go out there and get the win if you're Aaron Byler, and that's what he's hoping to see from Oviedo today.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you look at Oviedo, he's a sure-handed fielder, whether he's playing second, third, or short. And, you know, he can come into pitch. You saw him last night coming in a situation where, you know, Spring Mills wanted some offense, and he shut him down completely. No hits in that 1-inning outing. Only 8 pitches to get through that inning. He forces some contact. He's not necessarily a strikeout guy that you'd see, but he's able to get pitch to contact and get hitters out easier because of the location of where he pitches and where players think they can hit the ball. I mean, we saw that last night. It was the second out was a 1-pitch out, and you know, I think for him is he kind of can use last night as kind of like a throwing session to go the night prior. And I think you know you talked to Coach Byler earlier. He said last Saturday, a similar situation where they played at 9 a.m. at Waccamaw High School as they had to finish out the Mingo Bay Classic, and you know the arms weren't there for the Dogs, but you know I think having that warm up last night for Oviedo is definitely going to help him today.
And then on the other side, Grace Academy, the Knights come in at 4-8 overall. You'll hear from Coach Mark Coons here later on in the pregame show. They're going with a sophomore on the mound today to get the start. It will be his 3rd start, 5th appearance of the year. He has an ERA of 8.40. He's 1-1, and that sophomore is Lawson Akins, a guy that they're hoping to have success from today, and you'll hear later on fully. But the thing that I guess makes him different on the mound is his delivery. Coach Coons says it's kind of a quirky delivery, so he hopes just that is what throws off Martinsburg at the plate to have a quality start for Akins. But let's take our first break here on the countdown to first pitch, and then we'll be back in 2 minutes for those coaches' interviews. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
P.O. Faulkner Park, home of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, as Martinsburg takes on Grace Academy out of Hagerstown, Maryland. Let's continue our countdown to first pitch here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 and get into our coaches' interviews, which are brought to you by Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. If you're looking for some fun nightlife and great food at affordable prices, then dine in at Laddie's or carry out by calling them at 304-263-5233. And we'll start off with the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Aaron Byler. Now joined by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Aaron Byler. Coach Byler, your team with a quick rebound today after a win against Spring Mills yesterday. What are you hoping to see from your team today?
Just hoping to see more of what we saw last night. I thought last night was probably the best overall team effort that we've had all year. So just trying to build on that. Had kind of a similar situation last week at Myrtle with an early turnaround, and we didn't handle it very well. So we talked to him last night about how to handle that, and we're expecting to come out and play with a little fire today.
Speaking of that, you're going with Oviedo on the mound after you ended last night's game. What are you hoping to see from that?
Just want to throw strikes, be competitive. I think we have pretty good defense, so let his defense work a little bit, make some plays behind him. Probably go with Ovi, probably go with Christian Alter a little bit too, and maybe even Owen Rubenthal, depending on where we're at. You know, all of those guys threw on Wednesday. Ovi threw 50. The other two threw in the 70s, so arms are a little tired. We're a little short-staffed with a couple injuries, so we got to make sure that our bats are there today and score some runs and make it a little easier on ourselves.
Your bats were there last night for sure, and obviously you just said that you hope to see them today. What are some things that you're looking to still grow with here in the final stretch of the season?
Just doing things the right way. We had a base running mistake last night. We can't have, when we get to sectional tournament time, we got to be playing our best baseball. I thought we moved runners last night. I thought we were very engaged. I thought we had very competitive at bats. The ultimate goal is just to use all these games to get ready for the sectional tournament. Today's an opportunity to get better and to get ready for the sectional tournament, so we just need to be ready to go.
You guys take on Grace out of Hagerstown, Maryland today, a team that you guys don't typically play, but what have you gotten to see, if anything, from them so far, or what are you looking or heard about from them?
Well, all you can do is really kind of look at their game changer scores. They have, I think they're 4-8 according to Game Changer. I don't know if that's accurate or not. They do have some wins. They do have a couple bad losses, but that doesn't mean anything. Every baseball game is different. So if we don't do things the right way, I'm sure they're very capable of beating us. We just have to kind of worry about ourselves today, handle our business, and hopefully we'll have a good result.
Who are some guys, maybe individually, or if you want to answer it as the team as a whole, that has really progressed from day one up until this point?
Well, let's just talk about the whole team. I think you look at that first game with Petersburg. Even though we won, I didn't think we were very good, and I think where we were that day compared to where we are today, we've made great strides, and that's the goal, to get better every day, and I think we're doing that. I think our approach at the plate's been really good, and our bats are finally starting to come around, and like I said, as long as our pitchers throw strikes, I think we can beat anybody.
All right, anything else, Coach Byler?
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you. Good luck. Now joined by the head coach of the Grace Knights, Coach Mark Kuntz. Coach Kuntz, your team takes on Martinsburg today, but first off, since we haven't got to see your team, just tell us a little bit about your program this year.
This year we have a young team mostly. We have one starting senior, so we're gaining some experience as we go. We had some bumps early in the year, had an 8-game losing streak. But over the last couple games, we started to put some things together and throwing strikes and doing the little things right. And so we're on a 3-game winning streak right now, so it feels good. So, ultimately, win or lose, we're just trying to come out and play a solid ball game.
What are you most excited for today to take on Martinsburg here this morning?
We're a small private school, so we just love the opportunity to play bigger schools, established programs, and face stiff competition and make us work. We want to work, and because we know that's what makes us better.
What are some of the strengths of your team this year?
Let's say some leadership. We have a few verbal leaders who lead by example and aren't afraid to hold other players accountable, so that's a really good strength. We have some couple experienced pitchers and a couple experienced, hitters who carry the team. So, if we put them all together in one time, we have a good outcome.
I know you mentioned earlier off the air that you are going through some injuries on your team right now, but who is starting on the mound for you, and what are you expecting of him to do today?
We have Lawson Akins. He's a sophomore. He's starting on the mound today. He's got a little bit of a quirky delivery, so sometimes he's able to keep teams off balance. So we're just hoping that he comes out and pounds the strike zone and mix it up a little bit, enough to keep us in the ball game.
All right, anything else, Coach?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
Those were our Laddie's Bar and Grill coaches interviews. We'll step aside, take another 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll be closer to first pitch between Martinsburg and Grace. You are tuned into West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We're going to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rock's, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Spring has sprung. Time to head to Orr's Farm Market to find your flowers, veggie plants, bagged mulches, and potting soil. Visit our bakery counter to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't forget our pie flavor of the month for April, Boston cream pie. We have West Virginia food products, local coffee, honey, maple syrup, dairy, and meat. We have 25 new Orr's jam and salsa flavors for you to try. Check us out at orrsfarmmarket.com, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we get closer to first pitch between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and the Grace Academy Knights. It's now time for our EPAC Baseball Roundup, brought to you by Jambo Construction and Fencing, LLC, a veteran-owned company that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452. Just don't do it right now because he's out in the dugout on the third baseline. So, yeah, it will be a voicemail if you do so right now. But, Spencer, let's get into our EPAC Baseball Roundup.
Yeah, obviously last night here, Martinsburg beat Spring Mills 10-1. We talked about that earlier in the pregame show. But another big EPAC battle last night, a sectional battle as well here in Section 1. Hedgesville came out victors over Musselman. Musselman was really the best team in the section, and now questions are arising because Hedgesville had an 11-5 victory last night, 5 runs in the top of the 5th inning. Musselman could not answer in the bottom of the 7th, and French had 3 RBIs with a 4-for-5 night, a 2-for-5 night for Ian Wolf, 2 RBIs, including a late RBI. Brett Pedersen, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs on the night. Tanner Matthew goes 6 2/3 innings, giving up 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. And Landon Pence comes in for a third of an inning to finish things off there. And it was Baden Hartman getting the start for Musselman, unfortunately just going 4 innings, giving up 9 hits, 4 runs, 5 strikeouts. Aiden Seitz, unfortunately, takes the L over 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Chauncey comes in for 2/3 of an inning, gives up 5 unearned runs. And Levy comes in for a third of an inning and gives up just 1 hit. It was Washington last night getting a senior night victory over Hampshire, a sectional victory for them as well in just 4.5 innings as Dunbar, Smedick, Reed, and Gill all went 2 for 3 on the night. A 2 RBI night for Cam Moore and Ethan Kearns. But what was more impressive is that Colin Reed got back on the mound last night for the first time since actually pitching right here at P.O. Faulkner Park when he got hurt over a month ago. But it's great to see him. We saw him field, according to Game Changer, on Thursday night, play third base, and now he came back out and pitched last night for the first time in over a month, which is great to see for Washington. Just a few games going on today. Don't know how the weather will affect those, but Spring Mill slated to play at Elkins at 12:30 and then play Buchanan Upshur at Elkins at 3 o'clock. Washington is off today. Musselman is off today. And Jefferson last night swept a doubleheader versus Greenbrier East, 10-0 and 15-3. They're slated to take on Spring Valley at 1 p.m. I don't know if that game's happening at Greenbrier because, from what I understand, it is pouring in Greenbrier right now. And looking at Hedgesville, they're slated to play Loudoun County out of Virginia. It was a 3 p.m. start. I believe it's going to be earlier. Don't have a time for that, according to Game Changer. But, Colin, that's been your EPAC baseball roundup.
Yeah, the weather that is forecasted for today has definitely shifted a lot of things around in the eastern panhandle and around the state, and including today's game that was originally scheduled for noon and then moved to 11 and now to 10 a.m. And speaking of the weather, let's get into it. Brought to you by CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue, home of the lifetime limited powertrain warranty with every new vehicle that we sell at no additional cost to you. 10 o'clock right now. It is 66 degrees, cloudy skies here in Martinsburg, 14-mile-an-hour wind gusts from the south heading north, and that rain that is scheduled looks like will most likely be starting in between that 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock hour, so hopefully it stays away just long enough for today's game as both head coaches now meet with this morning's umpires to exchange lineups and go over a few of the ground rules here at P.O. Faulkner, what's in play, what's out of play, and the field dimensions as well as what to do if a ball gets stuck. But let's get into our starting lineups brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Then call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. And we'll start off with the visitors, the Grace Academy Knights, who are coached by Mark Kuntz and enter today's game with a record of 4-8 on the year. Leading off for the Knights and catching is number 17, Ryan Peterson. Batting second at shortstop is number 8, Connor Early. Batting third in center field, number 24, Jaden Peterson. Batting cleanup for Grace Academy at first base, number 18, Ethan Early. Batting fifth in right field, number 4, Michael Berry. Batting sixth at third base, number 12, Hudson Walls. Batting seventh and pitching for the Knights is number 13, Lawson Akins. Batting eighth in left field is number 9, A.J. Presley. And batting ninth for the Grace Academy Knights at second base, number 16, Jake Barnhart. Now your starting lineup for your Martinsburg Bulldogs, coached by Aaron Byler, and coming in today's game 13-8 overall. Leading off for the Bulldogs in center field, number 7, Jordan Canby. Batting second and pitching, number 24, Braden Oviedo. Batting third at shortstop, number 5, Carson Buber. Batting fourth at third base, number 3, Mike Lupus. Batting fifth and catching for Martinsburg is number 4, Landon Sifford. Batting sixth at first base, number 9, Owen Rubenthal. Batting seventh in left field, number 25 is Isaac Grove. Batting eighth in right field, number 20, Murphy Clement. And batting ninth for your Bulldogs at second base, number 2, Keegan Everhart. And those are your starting lineups. As the starting lineups being announced here at P.O. Faulkner, it is Grace Academy in the blue uniforms with red and white stripes on the sleeves, red numerals on the front and back, gray pants with a red stripe down the side. Martinsburg in the all-white uniforms with orange numerals on the front and back, Bulldogs written across the front in orange with black outline, the white pants with black stripes, and the orange and black hats with the block M on the front in black. Let's step aside, take our final 2-minute break, and then when we come back, it'll be time for first pitch between Martinsburg and Grace Academy. You are tuned in to West Virginia High School Baseball right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we get ready for first pitch between Martinsburg and Grace Academy. Your first pitch is brought to you by CMA Chevy of Martinsburg. Make your way to CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue today for quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service at every step of the way. Chevy, find new roads. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis. Our cameramen are Braden Schaffner and Dylan Bishop. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. As you hear the trumpets playing,
the Oviedo music
for Braden Oviedo. That is what he has chose this year for him when he is the pitcher for the Martinsburg Bulldogs.
It was weird last night hearing it in a non-safe situation.
That is true, as it's for the New York Mets.
Edwin Diaz.
Yep, Edwin Diaz, who unfortunately this year is hurt, so you won't be hearing it if you go to a Mets game, but you can come right here to P.O. Faulkner Park when Oviedo pitches and hear the Timmy trumpets.
Yeah, he'll be pitching this summer for Post 14 as well, I believe.
I believe you are correct in that. I typically ask Tripp, but he is not here today celebrating his dad's birthday, so if Tripp's tuned in, we wish him a happy birthday, even if he hears it later on. Happy birthday to Tripp's dad, and hopefully him and his family are enjoying the hunting trip.
In Hampshire County.
As Oviedo on the mound, Siffords catching defensively, Martinsburg at first as Rupenthal, second base is Everhart, shortstop's Buber, third base is Lupus, from left to right in the outfield it goes Grove, Canby, and Clement. Leading off for the Grace Academy Knights is the catcher, number 17, Ryan Peterson. The junior will step into the right batter's box as we get ready for first pitch from Braden Oviedo. The first pitch is a fastball that misses outside for ball one. Your first pitch coming at 10:08. 1-0 pitch. Misses inside. 2 straight balls for Peterson. Two-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner of the plate. The count now 2-1. Oviedo working quickly on the rubber. There's the 2-1 pitch. Same spot. Count now evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes as Oviedo has battled back here against the leadoff batter in Peterson. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Peterson for strike 3. Out number 1 comes via a K to retire Peterson and bring up Early.
So I just checked online. Hedgesville will not be playing their varsity game versus Loudoun County. Their JV game will be played around 11:30 today.
Early fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. This is Connor Early, the shortstop. Ethan Early is 2 batters away. You have 2 Earlys and 2 Petersons to start off the lineup as the next pitch to Connor Early misses low for a ball. So it goes Peterson, Early, Peterson, Early. 1-1 pitch outside for ball 2. Oviedo sets on the rubber. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss from Connor Early for strike 2 at a fastball up at his eyes.
He really let that one rip.
Oviedo trying to get back-to-back strikeouts here. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball and called strike 3. Down goes Early for out number 2. He was able to hold that bat back for the check swing, but it was called on the inside corner of the strike zone. Now 2 outs, nobody on. That brings up the center fielder for Grace, number 24, Jaden Peterson. First pitch to Peterson. Misses high for ball 1. Peterson, the left-handed batter. He has a blue helmet on compared to the past 2 with white helmets on as this pitch. High and breaks in for ball 2.
I guess I'm wrong. I thought it hit him.
Never saw a reaction or any appeal saying from Jaden Peterson that it was hit, but 2-0 pitch, high and outside, 3 straight balls by Oviedo to Peterson. Oviedo takes a deep breath on the mound and will set. It's 3-0 pitch. Fastball low. It's a 4-pitch walk to the third batter in the lineup to put him at first. After back-to-back strikeouts, it's a walk. Now up to bat for the Knights. It's number 18, Ethan Early. Oviedo looks at the runner at first as he takes his lead. First pitch to Ethan Early. Will just miss for ball 1. Oviedo throws over to first, the tag. Applied just late as sliding in safely is Peterson, head first. He'll retake his lead. Oviedo sets. 1-0 pitch. Up and in. That's 6 straight balls now after back-to-back strikeouts for Braden Oviedo. Just needs to settle a little bit down right now. And another throw over, this time, again, just missing as Peterson was able to get underneath the tag. Two-0 pitch. Line drive into left field. That'll get down for a 2-out base hit. Runners on first and second now for Grace to bring up the right fielder, number 4, Michael Berry.
I mean, if you're Oviedo, you don't want that, but now you just got to refocus, get the strikeout, or get a ground out and end the inning.
Berry will step into the right-handed box. He's got runners on first and second here in the top of the first.
Already up to 19 pitches now with this one.
And he swings at the first pitch. It's a fly ball blooping into right. Backtracking's the second baseman, Everhart, on the edge of the outfield. Grath makes the catch to retire the side. We'll head to the bottom of the first after this 1-minute break. It is Grace Academy nothing, Martinsburg nothing. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner as we head to the bottom of the first. Canby, Oviedo, Buber do up the 1-2-3 batters in Martinsburg's lineup as they go up against Grace Academy's Lawson Akins, the sophomore, on the mound. Behind the plate for the Knights is Ryan Peterson. The rest of the defensive alignment for Grace Academy: at first base, Ethan Early; second base, Jake Barnhart, shortstop, Connor Early; third base, Hudson Walls; left fielders, A.J. Presley; center field, Jaden Peterson; and in right field is Michael Barry. Up to bat first is Jordan Canby, and it's nice to see him in the lineup after a home run yesterday, but late in the game kind of had a collision with a Spring Mills player. Looked to be injured just a little bit with his leg, but he looks like he's okay and is giving today a go. And that's always good to see after a injury that you weren't sure how it was.
Yeah, I mean, for him, he's a gamer. He's a grinder. He'll play no matter what. He probably wants to play every day. Have it taped up, maybe.
First pitch, breaking ball that misses outside for ball one to Canby to start off the bottom of the first. Akins looks like he's going to work quickly on the mound as well. Already ready for the next pitch. Here it comes. 1-0 pitch. Fastball on the inside corner. Count now evened up at 1-1.
And Canby's just probably going to take some pitches here. See what this righty's got.
Goes back to the breaking ball. It misses outside and low. 2-1 count now to Jordan Canby. And this one hits him in the back. Will wince a little bit and make his way down the first base. It's a leadoff hit by pitch. Hopefully he's okay, but that's the leadoff batter. Your job's to get on base, and that's what he did, Spencer.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't take as many pitches as he probably wanted, but he did, in fact, get on base.
He gives the thumbs up to the home plate umpire. So it looks like Canby's okay. You can still see him wincing a little bit after that fastball hitting him in the shoulder blade, but Braden Oviedo up the bat now. Canby going, squaring down the bunts. Oviedo, the throw off the mark to the left. That'll allow Canby to take second, and it's strike one to Oviedo.
Yeah, I would imagine Canby's going to have a bruise there. Big baseball-sized bruise.
Let's see if Oviedo goes around to bunt again. First baseman coming into the grass. A look at the pitch. It's high and inside. The count now 1-1 strike to Oviedo.
I mean, the thing about Canby running there on that pitch was now you got a guy in scoring position for Oviedo with no outs.
Oviedo looks at the next pitch. Again, it misses inside. 2-1 strike now to Oviedo. Runner on second, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the first. Still scoreless between Grace Academy and Martinsburg. 2-1 pitch right at the shoulders, catching that top left corner of the strike zone for strike two.
And it's funny, I'm assuming it's just a thing that he does whenever he hits. He's got his fielder. Let's pop this one up.
Oviedo
here.
fouls this one off. It looks like it's still in play. Backtracking, sliding, and trying to make the catch is Ryan Peterson behind home plate, but it just misses off his glove into the turf.
But Oviedo's got his base running, I guess, glove kind of thing in his back pocket. But I'm presuming if he gets on base, he's going to be courtesy ran for.
Yeah.
Might just be a thing that he always does.
This pitch up and in, and that'll walk Oviedo. Runners now on first and second after the hit by pitch and a walk. And up to bat is Carson Buber, and he had a big day at the plate yesterday with 2 RBIs. And you are correct, Spencer. He will be courtesy ran for.
By Logan Wilt, I believe.
I believe I do see a
courtesy runners,
Yep.
courtesy of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, the premier Legion team here in the Eastern Panhandle.
Boober squares to bunt, and it's fouled off as it hit his bat, bounced into the turf of the left-handed batter's box, and then off his chest. So that's strike one.
Yeah, Boober had a pretty good night last night at the plate for the Dogs.
Aiken sets, staring down at his catcher Peterson.
I believe I had him 3 for 3.
Squares to bunt again. This one is fair. Placed perfectly. The throw over to first from Aikens. In time for the out, but the sack bunt will put Welt on second and Canby on third. With one out, the Bulldogs threaten as Mike Lupus up to bat.
Yeah, just one out here. Or no, he gets on first, so the bases are loaded.
They changed? Okay, I thought originally I saw that he was out, but it looks like they say he beat the throw, and now Coach Kuntz will appeal the call.
Now they're talking about something at home plate.
So, not sure what exactly it is, but what I originally thought was a sack bunt, it looks like it's a infield single to load the bases with nobody out.
So a big situation for the Dogs here.
So the bunt
works
out for Carson Buber. Lawson Aiken sets. Pitch just on the inside part of the strike zone. It broke perfectly. It looked like it was going to be in, but caught the strike zone for strike one. He's got good movement, the sophomore does, Lawson Aikens, as this pitch outside, kept in front by Ryan Peterson from going to the backstop. The count now 1-1. Lupus at third base today for Martinsburg after pitching yesterday's game. 1-1 pitch. High for a ball. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out and bases juiced for Martinsburg in the bottom of the first. Two-one pitch. Low and away. Now 3-1 count to Lupus.
Dogs really making Aikens work up to 17 pitches with this next one.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Inside for ball 4. That'll score Canby. Martinsburg now leads 1-0 over Grace Academy in the bottom of the first.
And no outs here. Big, huge opportunity if Sifford can find something in the zone.
So we've had a hit by pitch, a walk, the bunt single, and now another walk as Landon Sifford's up to bat. The first pitch misses for ball 1. A 1-0 pitch from Aikens is a fastball. Looks like it was ball 2. Looked good from up here originally, but never really saw from the umpire a definitive strike call. And there that one is, so it's a strike. You could hear that one.
Yeah, I mean, Colin, it's just kind of where we are. We can't really see that other side of the plate.
2 balls, 1 strike to Sifford. High for ball 3 from Aikens for another 3-1 count. Bases loaded. It's 1-0 Martinsburg leading the Knights. Sifford fouls off the next pitch. The count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sifford will take his time before stepping into the right-handed box after that one fouled off, hit his leg. Back in, and Lawson Aikens on the bump, ready to go. There's the payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Down goes Sifford for out number 1 in the first strikeout of the morning for Lawson Aikens.
You know, you got Rubenthal up. He's had a pretty good, last few weeks. He had a pretty good week down at Myrtle Beach last week.
First pitch to Rubenthal. Called strike 1.
A little high there. Must be the top end of the zone.
The 0-1 pitch popped up into the infield, looking up into the skies. Hudson Walls doesn't make the catch, but it's an infield fly nonetheless for out number 2. So, bases stay loaded. 2 outs now, and Isaac Grove up the bat.
Isaac Grove.
After Grove here, you want to put something maybe between the 5-6 hole or right back up the middle.
Well, this one almost hits Grove as he had to duck underneath it.
If you can find one that you can hit. It's kind of a challenge so far this morning.
Yep. 1-0 pitch. Misses outside for ball 2.
Even, I mean, placing it, they don't look like they're going to be in the zone, and they kind of just, get in the zone late.
Aiken sets. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a fastball right down the middle to Grove. I'll let it go by for strike 1. Two 2-1 pitch. Called strike 2. It's Wilt on third for Martinsburg. Buber on second. Lupus on first. 2 outs. Deuces Wild. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive right in between shortstop and third into left field. 1 run will score. The throw home. Not in time, and it gets by the catcher. That'll allow Grove to head to second. Lupus to third. It's now 3-0 Martinsburg in the bottom of the first over Grace Academy.
Yeah, I mean, kind of did exactly what I said. Put it between the 5-6 hole. Was kind of closer to the 5 hole rather than the 6 hole. But great placement there, and you bring home 2, 3-0.
Now up to bat, it's Murphy Clement, but first we will have a infield meeting as the head coach, Mark Kuntz, goes out to talk with his pitcher and his infield after that. Murphy Clement, pretty solid performance from him last night at the plate as well, and defensively to end the game in the 7th with a few catches out in right field.
Yeah, I mean, he's really had a big uptick in the last couple of weeks, and that's probably because he's been given more playing time, and I think, the more time you get, the better you're going to get. The more opportunities you have, the better you're going to find your swing, the better you're going to, get the timing right that you need.
So let's reset after the meeting. It's a 3-0 lead for Martinsburg in the bottom of the first. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Clement up the bat. Takes the first pitch from Lawson Akins for strike 1.
That was pitch number 32 on the morning for Akins.
Akins will set. This one misses for ball 1 as that almost looked like it was a almost submarine style delivery.
I mean, you said that he's got a funky release.
This one, breaking ball. Low for ball 2. That one hopped up and almost went in between the wickets of Ryan Peterson, but he was able to drop down and keep it from going into that 5 hole. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch from Akins. Popped into the air and foul down the first base side and out of play. Again, we have Deuces Wild.
Colin, that one hit a satellite.
Waiting for it to land. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big 2-0 up the bat, Murphy Clement. It's a grounder right back up the middle. Akins able to snag it. Right above his head is throw over to Ethan Early at first to retire the side not before. 3 runs cross the plate for the Bulldogs. We'll head to the second. It is Martinsburg 3, Grace Academy nothing. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. We're back in a minute.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Welcome back as we head to the second inning at P.O. Faulkner Park between Martinsburg and Grace Academy. Your Bulldogs lead the Knights 3-0. Due up in the top of the second for Grace Academy, the 6, 7, 8 batters, Walls, Akins, Presley, as Hudson Wall steps into the right-handed box against Oviedo. The first pitch right down the middle for strike one from Oviedo to Hudson Walls.
Yeah, I think for Oviedo this inning, he's got to, find that zone. He kind of had trouble a little bit with the last inning.
Yeah, he started off the top of the first with back-to-back strikeouts, but then had a 4-pitch walk, allowed the single. Was able to get out of it as the 1-1 pitch is a fly ball to center field. Canby loses his hat as usual, but makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, making quick work there.
Now up the bat is Lawson Akins. Akins, it looks like the way he's wearing his baseball pants is almost as if it's shorts. He's got the high socks on.
Yeah, I mean,
they're rolled up to look like it's almost shorts. I mean, it's right at his knees.
Yeah.
As this pitch also right below the knees, unlike his pants for ball 1.
I've seen some different iterations of pants. We'll talk about that here in a minute.
He swings and misses at the next pitch. It's a breaking ball that fools Akins. Count now even at 1-1.
When we were down at Myrtle Beach, Tripp gave us the insight that Hedgesville's lane to water. He's so tall that they can't find pants that go to his ankles. So he looks like he's got high waters on, but they can't find any pants in his size.
Count now 2-2. The third pitch was a ball. This last pitch was a strike to Lawson Akins. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The 2-2 pitch fouled to the first base side. And it'll land into the bullpen area of Grace Academy. Keep the count at 2-2.
Hits the fence down there.
As that ball will be thrown to the umpire, and everybody resets. Goes from the umpire to the first baseman Rubenthal and back to Oviedo on the mound. 2-2 pitch. Slider that goes outside and stays high. The count now 3-2 to Akins. The payoff pitch from Oviedo. Liner over the glove of the jumping third baseman Mike Lupus into left field. That's a 1-out single for Lawson Akins.
Now batting left fielder, number 9, A.J. Presley.
That brings up A.J. Presley for Grace Academy.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Oviedo, just, scattering hits all day is something that's okay to do, but you don't want to give up too many back-to-back hits.
Yep, he's only given up 2 now. 1 to Early. Now 1 to Akins as this breaking ball goes past Sifford. He can't find it. Eventually does so. Akins takes second base. As it went off his right foot to the left side. He thought it went to the right side and couldn't hear out the call. But 1 ball, no strikes to A.J. Presley with a runner in scoring position now and 1 out. Next pitch from Oviedo to Presley, high for ball 2. It's Martinsburg 3, Grace Academy nothing. We're in the top of the second. Oviedo looks at the runner behind him. Pitch to Chopper over to shortstop. Buber's long throw past the glove of Rubenthal over to the dugout, and that'll allow a run to score on the error. It's now 3-1 in the top of the second.
Yeah, you never want that. And, Buber over there probably not happy that that's what happened, and he's going to go on fight the next.
Still a single. I think Presley would have beat the throw, but the run scores on the error. That brings up Barnhart. Barnhart swings at the first pitch. Runner going to throw. In time, he's tagged out for out number 2.
And that's how you erase that base runner, Colin. the arm strength there of Sifford from behind the plate.
0-1 count to Barnhart. With 2 outs and nobody on now as Oviedo was ready to go, but the home plate umpire calls timeout as Presley was still jogging off the field. So we'll reset.
Yeah.
Pitch up and in. Count now even to Barnhart at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. Low for ball 2. Barnhart steps back into the right-handed box here against Braden Oviedo. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Oviedo's pitch, low for ball 3. Oviedo puts his glove back on his hand. Payoff pitch, high and inside for ball 4. That'll walk Barnhart, the 9th batter in the lineup with Grayson. Will head back to the top with Peterson up the bat. Got 2 outs and a runner on first now.
Yeah, you know, it's always hard to come back to the ballpark less than 12 hours later and play a ball game.
This pitch into the left-handed batter's box and a ball, as Sifford had to jump to the right side for that one.
And it looks like somebody's getting ready in the bullpen.
Next one inside for ball 2.
Think that might be Alter over there?
Can't really tell through the covering. A throw over to first. And they say just got in. That one as close as it gets as Barnhart was able to slide safely into the first base bag. 2-0 pitch. Fouled off to the first base side and out of play. Over towards the locker rooms. The count now 2-1. Hopefully not over the locker rooms and hitting a car.
Maybe you hit your car, Colin.
I make sure to park in the next level as the throw over to first.
What if he still did? That'd be crazy.
That'd be a very long foul ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first for Grace Academy. This one off the net right above us and back into the turf and rolls to the glove of Sifford. We'll make sure it's good to still be playable. Throws it back to Braden Oviedo. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Ryan Peterson, who struck out his last time up. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It misses outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Oviedo trying to get out of this top of the second, only giving up 1 run so far. Doesn't want to give up any more. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Sifford drops it. His throw over to first, however, is in time to Rupenthal for the drop. 3rd strikeout to retire. The side will head to the bottom of the second after this 1-minute break. It is Martinsburg 3, Grace Academy 1. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community with 8 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Gitanjali Sangwan, Cardiology, Physician's Assistant Jada Brown, Neurosurgery, Certified Nurse Midwife Jennifer Glorioso, and the following nurse practitioners: Desiree Wolf, Pulmonology, Pamela Campbell, Nephrology, Jennifer Colvin, Neurology, Tori Linton, Orthopedics, and Dabney Wisecarver, OBGYN. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Due up for your Martinsburg Bulldogs, the 9-1-2 batters, Keegan Everhart, Jordan Gamby, and Braden Oviedo. As Spencer comes back in, I'll make sure to grab the paper so none of them try to blow away, as it's a very windy day right now in Martinsburg as the storm's getting ready to roll in. Gotta let us know when you're opening that door, Spencer. Gotta let us have a second to prepare.
Gotta keep you on your toes, Colin.
Keegan Everhart will step up to the plate after the ball's retrieved from the outfield, as Grace Academy was warming up, and as usual, everybody always ends the warm-ups with a throw from the catcher to the second base bag. First pitch to Everhart. Up and in for ball one, as Everhart looked like he was going to bunt, but pulled the bat back as he realized the ball was going to miss. And this one just barely misses the inside part of the zone. Count now 2-0.
Apparently, there's a conference game going on in softball today.
This pitch, a 2-1 count now, as that's called a strike.
It appears Martinsburg is taking on Hedgesville right now in softball.
All righty. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch fouled off by Everhart. Count now evens up at 2-2.
Hedgesville currently up 9-0. I believe. Let me figure out where. I'm not too sure where they're at today. I think they're at a tournament.
Timeout called.
Tournament at Moorfield. Thanks to Chuck Lynch for letting me know. Interesting, they're playing a conference game down in Moorfield, just like last weekend had a conference game at the beach.
Another really foul ball, this time over to the third base dugout. Count stays at 2-2. Everhart takes a few practice swings before stepping back into the right-handed batter's box. Austin Akins sets on the rubber. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's a grounder to the third baseman underneath his glove into left field. That's a lead-off hit for Everhart that probably is going to be ruled an error for Hudson Walls, as he was positioned perfectly for it, but it took a hop that he didn't expect, and it went right by him.
I don't think that there's an error. That should be a hit, and it is ruled a hit on the game changer. If it takes a hop, you can't. It's not your fault.
Canby squares the bunt. It goes down the first base line and then rolls foul for strike one.
But if it takes a hop, there's nothing the player.
I mean, I thought it hit his glove still.
It was ruled a single.
Okay. So nobody out. Runner on first. Canby up to bat as timeout's called so that Lawson Akins can adjust his pants that I said looked like shorts. Looks over at the runner at first, sets. Pitch fouled over the net on the first base side, out of play. Count now, no balls and 2 strikes to Jordan Canby. Canby, his last time up, was hit by a pitch, and later came around to score that first of the 3 runs in the bottom of the first. 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3, no throw down. It's out number 1, but Everhart will steal second.
Yeah, probably on the catcher's indifference there.
It's the second strikeout of the morning for Lawson Akins. Both caught the batters looking, as Braden Oviedo now up to bat with 1 out, runner on second for Martinsburg. And they'll hit a fly ball that goes over the glove of Jaden Peterson in center field and rolls all the way to the wall. Oviedo going to hustle it out, head to 3. 1 run will score. He slides, he didn't have to, but it's a RBI triple for Oviedo. Martinsburg now leads 4-1 over Grace Academy.
I think he did the slide for show there as he looked up and looked at his teammates in the dugout and like, why not? They're going to get a courtesy runner here, I think. Yep. Wilt will come on again for Oviedo, the pitcher. Courtesy runners, courtesy of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, the premier Legion team in the Eastern Panhandle.
Carson Buber are now up to bat.
A lot of triples this week in the EPAC.
Yeah.
Tripp mentioned it earlier in the week, and it's kind of continued throughout the week.
This pitch, a breaking ball that goes outside for ball 1.
I think, there's 5 on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and we had one last night.
Had one here. There's another one, I think.
Fouls that one off, and it'll go off the net, back to the catcher. Count now evened up at 1 ball and 1 strike for Buber. Austin Akins gets the pitch from Ryan Peterson, his catcher. 1-1 pitch inside for ball 2. Buber up to bat. You got Wilt on third. This one fouled off the foot of Buber. Count now 2-2. It's a 4-1 lead for Martinsburg over Grace Academy as we're in the bottom of the second here at P.O. Faulkner Park. Beautiful morning right before the storms are expected to come through in the afternoon. 1-2 pitch. Misses. It's a 2-2 count.
Colin, now looks like the rain's going to be pushed back to the 1 p.m. hour.
I said between 12-1. Swung on and missed. The ball drops by Peterson. Throw over to first in time for the out, but that'll allow Wilt to come home to score on the throw. It's now 5-1. Martinsburg leads Grace Academy with 2 outs, nobody on, and Mike Lupus up to bat in the bottom of the second.
Number 3, Michael Lupus.
Yeah, that one I almost wonder if you kind of want to look the runner back at third.
Lupus will be hitting the shoulder on the first pitch from Lawson Akins. That'll put Lupus at first after the second hit by pitch today. That'll bring up catcher Landon Sifford.
Yeah, Canby was the other hit by pitch.
Lawson Akins, though, unfazed up there on the mound as he's right now jamming out the Sifford's walk-up music.
Yeah.
Now batting number 4,
sophomore.
Sifford.
Can't complain so far. It's been a tough start, but he's, for the most part, been able to get out of the innings. He likes to work very quickly. First pitch of ball. Gets the ball back. Steps right on the rubber, and he's ready to go. Checks the runner at first. 1-0 pitch.
That hit him?
Another hit batter. Back-to-back hit by pitches. Now you got runners on first and second with 2 outs.
2-out rally situation here for Rubenthal. As Christian Alter will come in to courtesy run. He was in the bullpen warming up, so he's the next player you figure slated to get in the ballgame pitching. So Oviedo at 43 pitches through 2 innings.
First pitch to Rubenthal. This is low and in for ball 1. Rubenthal, the last time up, popped up over to that third base side with the infield fly roll. Pops this one up. It goes to third base side, out of play. Counts now 1 ball and 1 strike for Rubenthal. There's 2 outs, runners on first and second for Martinsburg. He scored 3 in the bottom of the first, 2 more here in the bottom of the second. They now lead 5-1 over Grace Academy. Akins sets the 1-1 pitch. On the inside corner of the plate, called strike 2. Got 1 ball, 2 strikes. Akins looks at the runner behind him. Here comes the pitch. It misses low and in. Count now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The pitch just missing for ball 3.
That was high and outside.
Akins sets. Payoff pitch, runners going. Misses for ball 4. That loads the bases for Martinsburg as they try to have a late 2-out rally to put some more runs on the board.
Yeah, and something that unless you're watching and you didn't necessarily see, Rubenthal and Grove apparently share a bat. Threw the bat back. Grove was using Clement's bat to in the just swinging there in the on deck circle.
First pitch to Grove, outside for a ball.
Saw one like that last year getting tossed around. Was it the pink or the orange bat? I think it was
Can't
the
remember.
Orange bat. I think it was Isaiah Morris's orange bat.
This pitch. originally was high, but broke down into the strike zone. The count now 1-1. Grove with bases loaded and 2 outs. Swings and misses at the next pitch for strike 2. Grove had that 2 RBI single his last time up. Trying to add more on for Martinsburg. The 1-2 pitch. Low and outside. Off the chest of Ryan Peterson, the catcher, to keep it in front of him. Count now 2-2. Lawson Akins, 2-2 pitch.
That hit him.
And
seems like a similar situation.
It was a hit by pitch, but they say Isaac Grove stuck the arm out, and honestly, from up here, I actually agree. I think it was the right call. I could see, I've seen it actually with the past few batters, maybe not on the hit by pitches, but times where it was close, you could see him kind of turning, and that's what you're taught to do, though, because you don't want to hit your hand and have a finger break or anything. You're kind of taught to turn, but the way he turned, they said he leaned into it. We did see a similar situation with Canby.
And that was ridiculous.
That's a 3-2 count now. Grove, and this pitch will go way outside for ball 4. So hit by pitch, walk, and now another walk. And that'll allow Lupus to score. It's now 6-1. Martinsburg leads Grace Academy in the bottom of the second.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 20, Murphy Clement.
Joel Murphy Clement hit a triple last night. Really seen a lot of action lately and made a lot of it.
Clement takes the first pitch. It's called strike 1.
See that arm right there in right field as well.
Pitch high for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. Murphy Clement up to bat. He grounded to the pitchers last time up. This one fouled off the mask of the catcher, Ryan Peterson, and had to play. The count now 1-2.
Winds seem to be picking up here.
The 1-2 pitch. Caught a ball inside.
And then you saw Clement there. I think he raised his elbows.
Yeah, it looked like it was about to hit him, but instead he just raised his arms up, so it didn't. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch. Fly ball into right field. Michael Berry's underneath it. He makes the catch to end the second inning. It is Martinsburg 6, Grace Academy 1. We'll head to the third after this 60-second break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome back as we head to the third inning between the Grace Academy Knights and your Martinsburg Bulldogs. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me, Spencer Dupuis. Our cameramen are Dylan Bishop and Braden Schaffner. Back at the studios, Nick Verzolini. As Martinsburg was able to put 3 more runs on in the bottom of the second inning to extend its lead to 6-1. Due up for Grace Academy. Connor Early squares up the bunt. It goes foul down the third baseline and foul for strike 1. So you got Connor Early, followed by number 24, Jaden Peterson, and then Ethan Early. So the 2-3-4 batters due up. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, this time swinging. It's Connor Early as it goes off the net behind home plate for strike 2. Oviedo on the mound still, as we saw. I believe it was Alter, correct?
Yes.
Warming up last inning. The 0-2 pitch, a fly ball to center field. Camby makes the catch easily for out number 1.
We might have a guest next week on the Sports Mix.
Who?
The new... Hopefully, Washington is waiting for their new head coach of basketball to be approved. Which
Okay.
we talked about on the show. Just got a text message from Athletic Director Sam Carpenter that hopefully we can connect. We can get him on the show next week.
All right, there we go. Is Jaden Peterson now up to bat? Takes the first pitch for a ball. Now he'll send a screamer. Way foul on the first base side and out of play. Count now even at 1-1. On ball, 1 strike. Braden Oviedo sets on the mound for the Bulldogs. The pitch, breaking ball that fools Peterson. Count now 1-2 after the big swing and a miss. Peterson had that 4-pitch walk his last time up to put himself on first. Got the second before the inning came to an end by Michael Berry's pop-up to the second baseman. 1-2 pitch, fouled off as the wind whipped that one inside at the last second, but Peterson was able to get a piece of it. Count remains 1-2. Oviedo sets, and this pitch inside hits Peterson. Put him on first. That's the first hit by pitch for Oviedo, as we've already seen 3 so far by Lawson Aitkins. Got to bring up Ethan Early with 1 out and a runner on first. Pitch. It's the outside part of the strike zone for strike 1.
Looks like Hedgesville beat Martinsburg in softball 15.
Early pops this one up. It goes to the first base dugout. Rubenthal will watch it go out of play. Count now, no balls and 2 strikes for Early. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first. Oviedo steps on the rubber. Looks at Sifford for the call. Here against Ethan Early. The 0-2 pitch. Misses inside for a ball. It's Martinsburg 6. Grace Knights 1. Throw over to first. Not in time as Peterson slides in safely underneath the tag of Owen Rubenthal. Oviedo looks at the runner again, now sets. The pitch misses low. Count now evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ethan Early. Oviedo shakes off the first pitch, likes the next call. It's another fastball that misses low. The count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Really trying to get them into that double play as they're going low to Ethan Early. Count now full, though. Throw over to first in time as Rubenthal puts the tag on Peterson for out number 2.
A great tag over there. Get out number 2, and, Oviedo is, obviously trying to get through this inning. But it's good to get guys off the base paths, erase them.
Payoff pitch. Grounder right back up the middle into center field for a 2-out single by Ethan Early.
And, good you got that guy off the bases because you could have been on his way to third.
Yeah, good thing for Martinsburg. Bad thing if you're Grace Academy.
Yeah.
Brings up Michael Berry. Popped up to the second baseman on 1 pitch his last time up. Let the first pitch go by. It's a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1. Oviedo looks at the runner at first. 1-0 pitch. This one popped up to the left side of the infield. The shortstop, Carson Booper's underneath it. He makes the catch to retire the side. And that'll end the top of the third inning. It is still Martinsburg 6, Grace Academy 1. We'll head to the bottom of the third after this 1-minute break. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on the bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the bottom of the third inning now as your Martinsburg Bulldogs currently lead the Grace Academy Knights 6-1 as the 9-1-2 batters due up yet again here for the Bulldogs. Just like last inning, it goes Everhart, Canby, Oviedo. It's Lawson Akins on the mound so far. Still for Grace Academy has given up the 6 runs with 3 hits, the 1 error. Martinsburg so far has left 5 on base as well.
Do we know when this is airing, Colin?
I do not. I just got it from Travis Bajan as he sent me the Sports Center featured. Haven't got to watch it yet, so we'll see.
It's only a 50 seconds, so we can watch it during the next break.
Everhart squares to bunt. It goes foul over to the first base dugout for strike 1.
Hey, you guys might be in the background of that.
Not too far away from the NFL draft as that begins Thursday.
Yeah, a week from today.
This pitch breaks outside, the count now even at 1-1, and
a week from today could be hearing his name called.
Yeah, hopefully we hear
based
a few
upon the
Shepherd Rams called, and if you want to meet the Shepherd Rams, come out to the Mountaineer Pub on Wednesday as the 1-1 pitch misses outside, the count now 2-1 as the pulling for the Rams telethon will be there, broadcasting live at the Mountaineer Pub. It's from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. as the 2-1 pitch. Low and outside for ball 3 to Everhart. But Tyson Bagent will be there. Ronnie Brown will be there. Brian Walker will be there. Joey Fisher will be there. This pitch, a fastball. Count 3-2. Coach McCook will be there. Coach Monty Cater, I believe, will be there as well.
If you go on to pullingfortherams.com and go into the contact and predict where...
This one fouled down the third base line and foul. The count remains at 3-2.
Predict the pick in the round that Tyson's going to be drafted in. You could win that $5,000 package for free.
Should be a fun time.
That $5,000 package includes
see a big crowd there.
Stuff.
Yes, it does. Again, that's pullingfortherams.com as the payoff pitch. Fly ball into left field. A.J. Presley makes the catch for out number 1 to retire Keegan Everhart. And there's also going to be the arm wrestling challenge as well as Travis the Beast Bagent, the 28-time world champion in arm wrestling, has put out the challenge that anyone that wants to challenge him would not only win the $5,000 package if they beat him, but also $100,000 in cash because he's that confident that nobody will beat him.
Yeah,
as Canby takes the first pitch for a strike.
$100,000 in cash. I hope you donate at least a good portion of that back to the
Swing and a miss from Canby for strike 2.
If you are so fortunate.
Lawson Akins sets. The 0-2 pitch. Liner to the third baseman. It goes off the glove of Hudson Walls, and he'll have to eat it as Canby hustles his way over to first. I think you got to count that one as an error.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was almost in the glove.
It was in the glove. It was just so hard it came right out of the glove. Braden Oviedo up to bat now. Oviedo walked his first time up. Had the triple his last time up as that one over the head of Peterson, the center fielder. He takes the first pitch right down the middle for strike one. Bottom of the third, Martinsburg 6, Grace 1. Runner on first with one out. 0-1 pitch, runner going, called strike two. This throw way off to the right in the center field. Canby will make his way over to third. That throw was nowhere close to second base. So the error by the catcher will allow Canby to make his way to third base with one out still. Count, however, is no balls and 2 strikes to Oviedo. The 0-2 pitch, pop up to the left side, trying to track it down. The shortstop, it goes over his head as he lost it in the sun, and that'll allow Canby to score. Martinsburg now leads 7-1 in the third. That one's tough on how to rule it, if it's an error, if it's a single. But a courtesy runner will come in for Oviedo. Wait and see on Game Changer what they rule it as, and we'll go with that.
Ruled a single.
All right, there we go. So it's an RBI single by Braden Oviedo. That brings up Carson Buber. Runner on first, still one out, runner going, and Ryan Peterson's not even going to worry about the runner taking second after his last throw was off the mark and into center field. So the catcher's indifference allows courtesy runner to go, and this one hops to the shortstop off the bat of Buber. The throw over to first, pulls the first baseman Ethan Early off the bag. And that will allow runners on the corners now for Martinsburg here in the bottom of the third to bring up Mike Lupus. Now, I don't know if a throw would have been in time, so I might have you check again. If you get a chance to, please, Spencer, to see if they ruled that a single or not. But Lupus will take the first pitch. The runner, the catcher's indifference, will go to second base. And now you got runners on second and third with still one out in the bottom of the third. 0-1 count to Lupus. Lupus sends this one into right center field. Barry trying to track it down. It goes over his head. One hops to the wall. One run will come around to score. The other rounding third, heading home as well. It's a base-clearing RBI double for Mike Lupus as Martinsburg now leads 9-1 over Grace Academy in the bottom of the third. That one was a shot to right center. Beautifully hit by Lupus. 3 straight hits, 3 more runs added in the bottom of the third. Now we have a timeout called, and it looks like it might be the day for Lawson Akins. So he'll make his way over to the dugout to the applause of the Grace Academy Knight fans that are in attendance. And we'll step aside, take a 1-minute break for the pitching change. You are tuned in to West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
I'm posting on Facebook.
Hold on. Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we have a pitching change for the Grace Academy Knights, and your pitching change is brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. Now pitching, it looks like, for the Knights is number 12, Hudson Walls, as the Martinsburg Bulldogs lead Grace Academy in the bottom of the third by a score of 9-1. Trying to see what other defensive changes we have. It looks like in center field now goes Lawson Akins from the pitcher's mound. I'm trying to see who that is on third base now. If you can try to look at the number for me, potentially, Spencer Wire, write down Akins' name.
Trying to see if game change. I don't see a number.
I thought I saw an 18 come out of the dugout.
Early.
It might be early. Okay.
It is early.
So
and
early is out of the
on
first base. Okay. First pitch to Sifford, called strike one from Wall. So
early and early are in the 5 and 6.
Ethan Early goes from first to third. So who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Third base. Next pitch, grounded foul to the third base dugout by Sifford for strike two. Little Abbott and Costello for everybody tuning in. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out still in the bottom of the third. As Hudson Walls sets. The 0-2 pitch to Sifford. Misses for ball 1. Still a runner on second. That is Lupus for Martinsburg after the RBI double. Sifford, 1-2 pitch to him from Walls. Misses outside. Count now 2-2. Sifford struck out looking his first time up. Was hit by a pitch his last time up. Going to get on base for the first time or second time. So this pitch misses outside for ball 3 from Hudson Walls.
If you want to watch that trailer, the SC featured on ESPN, you can go to our Facebook page, TV10, or.
And I got an answer on when the entire feature will be aired. As before that answer comes, a fly ball to center field. Making the catch is Lawson Akins. His throw over to third off the mark, so that'll allow Lupus to head to third on the sacrifice fly by Sifford for out number 2. And the answer from Travis Bagent on when the entire SC featured with Robert Griffin III as he came over to Shepherd Field for a day with Tyson Bagent and the other Shepherd Rams will be tomorrow morning, according to Travis Bagent. So, not sure what time tomorrow morning, but
on SportsCenter.
Tune in to SportsCenter tomorrow morning for
all
that.
All morning. I guess I'll have to hit record on my YouTube TV.
There you
who
go.
knows if I'll be awake.
First pitch to Alter, who's now up for Rupenthal. Will miss for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes is the next pitch from Walls. Called strike 1 to Alter.
Colin, some people might be confused. They did not go to the airport. They went to Ram Stadium.
I said, no, they haven't.
Shepherd Field is the name of the airport.
Name of the airport, as well as this line drive to the shortstop. It bounces before it hits Early's glove. His throw to first, not in time. Alter safe at first. Lupus comes home to score. It's now 10-1 Martinsburg leading Grace Academy in the bottom of the third. I think that's a single. Because it didn't hit the glove and then bounce.
It went in the glove. It dropped.
It eventually went in the glove. I thought it bounced first.
I don't know. It was a close play.
It was. That will bring up Logan Wilt, who pinch hits for Grove. Wilt, the left-handed batter with the runner on first, 2 outs. Looks at the first pitch for strike 1 from Hudson Walls. Wilt steps back in. Walls looks at the runner at first. 1 pitch, runner going. The throw, 1 hop, but just be late to the bag as Alter takes second. Count now 1-1 to Welt. You have 2 outs. Runner on second now for Martinsburg. Walls looks at the runner behind him. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss from Welt for strike 2 as he was ahead of that one. Welt's ready to go. Walls not yet as he's finally stepping on the rubber now and staring down at Ryan Peterson, his catcher. Checks the runner, and now will step off behind the mound to put the runner and Alter back to second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Welt. Pitch. Grounder to the right side. Running forward is Barnhart. His throw.
Not in time.
Not in time as the throw over to third now will be bobbled. So you have runners on the corners with 2 outs for Martinsburg as another infield single for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Dogs are now 90 feet away from getting in run rule territory here. A couple innings away, though.
Yeah, that was a tough play for Jake Barnhart at second base as he's backed up all the way to the edge of the turf in the infield as Murphy Clement up to bat. Will take the first pitch. It misses for a ball, and on the catcher's indifference, Wilt will take second. So runners on second and third. 2 outs. It's Martinsburg 10, Grace Academy 1 in the bottom of the third. Clement grounded out his first time up, flew out to right its last time up, swings and misses at this pitch. The count now 1-1 at the breaking ball that fools Murphy Clement. Clement steps back into the box here against Hudson Walls. The pitch way outside past the glove of Ryan Peterson. Nobody, though, making any movement on the bases. They just go back to second and third. The count 2-1 to Clement.
Yeah, the ball bounced off the bricks and, came about halfway back in the middle of the Martinsburg M logo here behind the plate. So, not enough space to get you to home and scoring here before you end the inning at home.
However, they do have speed on the base pass. It's
They
Welt
do.
and Alter who are your typical courtesy runners.
They do, but
As this pitch outside for ball 3.
never want to have the final out at
That is true.
getting called out at home or at third.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch from Walls to Clement. Hits Clement. That'll allow Clement to go to first. Base is loaded now. And bring up Everhart. And just for Nick Verzolini, we hear changing up the songs for the walk. So you're welcome, Nick. You got your wish back at the studio.
I'm awaiting a
These
text.
boots were made for walking. Keegan Everhart pops up the first pitch. It's high into the air. Underneath it's the second baseman, Jake Barnhart. He makes the catch for out number 3. So that will send us to the 4th inning. It is Martinsburg 10, Grace Academy 1. You are tuned in to West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 1 minute.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome back as we head to the Fourth inning, your Martinsburg Bulldogs lead Grace Academy 10-1, and we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs. Your pitching change is brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. Now pitching is number 15, Christian Alter, on the mound for Braden Oviedo. So we'll check around, see if there's any other changes. So there should be a few, as Wilt came in and pitched hit. So we'll have to see where everybody is now for the Bulldogs.
Wilt at left, Canby in center, Murphy in right, Steen at third.
Hold on.
Steen's at third, Boober at short, Everhart, and then Lupus moves to first, so Rubenthal is done for the day. So is Oviedo.
First pitch from Alter, high and inside to Hudson Walls for ball one to start off the fourth. So 1 ball, no strikes to Walls. And this one called strike one as Walls lets it go by. Count now evened up at 1-1. Walls 0 for 1 today. Popped up to center field as singled his last time up and is that 1 run so far for Grace Academy. First pitch right down the middle to him for strike one from Alter. This pitch misses low. The count now 1-1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on. This pitch, fly ball to left field off the bat of Akins. And it's caught for out number 2. As Logan Wilt makes the catch to retire Akins. Now up to bats, A.J. Presley. First pitch swung on and missed for strike one by Presley. Next pitch. This one a line drive to center field. Canby doesn't have to move much. He makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down goes the Knights of Grace Academy in the top of the fourth. One to the bottom of the fourth. It is still Martinsburg 10. Grace Academy 1. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We'll go to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rock's, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
Welcome back as we head to the fourth inning. It's Hudson Wall still on the mound for Grace Academy after Akins went 2 1/3 inning pitch. He gave up 6 hits, 10 runs. 8 of the 10 have been earned. 3 strikeouts for him and the 4 walks. As for Oviedo, his day came to an end for Martinsburg. He had 3 innings pitched, giving up 3 hits, 1 run, none of them earned. Struck out 3 and walked 2. Due up for the Martinsburg Bulldogs is the top of the lineup. Can be Oviedo Boober, the 1-2-3 batters in the lineup as they lead 10-1. So if they're able to score 1 run here in the bottom of the 4th, that would be enough to have the 10-run rule go into effect if Grace Academy is unable to score in the 5th. As the infield goes to the pitcher's mound for Grace Academy, we'll give high fives to Walls before going back to their positions. As Canby comes up to the plate, he was hit by a pitch his first time up, struck out looking his second time up, his last time up in the 3rd. He reached on an error by the third baseman and then came around to score after he was able to get the 3rd on an error by the catcher with the throw to second when he went to steal, and then scored on the RBI by Oviedo, and he takes the first pitch and rips it down the third baseline. It's fair underneath the glove of the third baseman, and that'll be a leadoff single for Canby to start off the bottom of the 4th.
It can be, using yesterday to, he talked about it, the confidence that the home run can give him, and I think that it definitely has given him some confidence at the plate here. As he, it might just be 1 for 3, but he's gotten on base.
That brings up Steen for Oviedo, runner going, and Canby easily takes second on that strike to Steen.
Catcher's indifference there.
So runner on second, nobody out. A 1 count to Steen. Pitch from Walls, outside. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Walls sets on the rubber, looks at his catcher. Checks the runner behind him, and I'll go off the rubber to try to catch Canby. Canby able to get back to the bag just in time. He was flat-footed at first, didn't slide back into the bag, but was able to step on at second base bag right before the tag. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2 by Steen. Steen steps back into the left-handed box. Got Canby on second. Walsh checks him. 1-2 pitch. Grounder to the shortstop underneath the glove of the shortstop into left center field. Canby will come around to score, and it's an RBI single by Jackson Steen in the bottom of the 4th. Martinsburg now leads 11-1 over Grace Academy.
Yeah, that sets up the run roll. If Martinsburg shuts them out in the top of the 5th inning after this inning concludes, then the game will be over. Looks like some more lineup changes coming here, as I believe Eric King will enter the lineup.
Yep, Eric King will step up to the plate for Buber.
Getting
in the 3rd spot in the lineup, so everybody getting in today.
Yeah, Coach Byler using this Saturday, this run rule situation that they're now in to get other players at bats. Looks like Trace Spar is going to get an at bat coming up.
But it's been back-to-back offensive explosions for Martinsburg after they got 10 runs yesterday in the win against Spring Mills. They now have 11 here so far against Grace Academy as the first pitch to King misses outside for ball 1.
I believe the only 2 players that won't have entered the game that are active.
It's this pitch, breaking ball that goes through the legs of Peterson over to the first base dugout. It's ball 2, and that allows Steen to take second base.
I believe the only 2 players that are active today. I don't know if Ben Reisenweber is active with that injury that Coach Byler mentioned, as well as we know Jameer Brown not active. The only other players will be Parker Robinson, Victor Macario to not enter the game so far once Trace Spar comes up.
King swings and misses at the pitch. Again, it goes past the glove of Peterson. The count now 2-1, and that will allow Steen to head to third.
And it looks like Victor Macario has a bat in his hand. Well, now he doesn't.
King,
no, he does.
Right-handed box, 2-1 pitch. Low for ball 3 to Eric King. Eric King will head to Bluefield State to play football in the fall, as it was just recently announced that he will be joined by a teammate, Avion Blackwood, as the 3-1 pitch misses inside for ball 4 to walk King. King heads to first, so runners on the corners now. Still nobody out in the bottom of the fourth.
Now Trey Spar comes to the
Trey Spar up the bat. The left-handed batter will step in the spot for Lupus.
It's only his 8th plate appearance of the season, 6th at-bat. He's got a hit.
First pitch will go by him, and it goes off the glove of Peterson. That'll allow King to take second. So runners on second and third with still nobody out.
Spar
A 1-0 count for Spar.
Spar this season has a hit, an RBI, a run scored, and a walk.
Trey Spar with an opportunity to put 2 through. Runners in scoring position, nobody out. Pitch from Walls. It's a dead ball that hits Spar to load the bases as Spar tried to get out of the way of that one slightly. He lifted the arm so that he didn't lean into it.
And it hit underneath near the arm.
Hit his rib cage. He's okay, though.
Yeah. So now with Siffert's spot due up, you see Victor Macario, the backup catcher.
Macario up to bat.
So Parker Robinson will be the only guy to not get in.
Macario has the bases loaded with nobody out. This could be a big inning for the Bulldogs. It's a pop-up, foul territory. Peterson unable to get there as it goes to his left for strike 1.
Yeah, I mean, he could have gone to it. I just don't think he reacted enough.
Yeah, he didn't react in enough time because it looked like he wanted to take the mask off first instead of jumping up to try to just make the catch with the mask on. But it's an 0-1 count now for Macario. A 1 pitch. Misses for a ball on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hudson Walls pitching for Grace Academy. 1-1 pitch. Misses. Goes past Peterson. And a run will come home easily for the Bulldogs, who now lead 12-1 in the bottom of the fourth over Grace Academy.
Pretty cool thing I just saw on Facebook from Musselman's Ray Adamas. He broke the 400-meter school record at the Cardinal Classic at Spring Mills on Friday evening. That's the 4th school record Adamas has his name on.
So
I don't know if that includes
scores.
football, but that's pretty awesome.
You have King on third, Spar on second. 2-1 pitch. Curiel fouls off to the third base side as it just went to the left of the third base bag. Count now 2-2. Curiel in for Landon Sifford. Step back into the right-handed box. It's already an 11-run lead for the Bulldogs over the Knights. 2-2 pitch. 1 hops before getting to the glove. Throw over to third. King slides past the glove of Ethan Early, and it rolls over. And it could have scored King, but he never got up after the slide and just stays at third. And that forces Spar to stay at second. So 3-2 count now. Victor Mercurio. Still nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. Wall sets. Payoff pitch to Mercurio. High for ball 4 to walk Mercurio and reload the bases for the Bulldogs. Christian Alter will come back up to the plate. Alter singled his last time up. Pitch from Walls. Outside for a ball. Nobody warming up for Grace, as you heard in the pregame interview with Coach Mark Kuntz. Got a few injuries, and those injuries are to their bullpen, so don't know really how many guys they had available to pitch today. This pitch misses low for ball 2.
Yeah,
Saw
like,
Lawson Aiken's pitch.
Yeah, looking down at the Martinsburg dugout, looked like Parker Robinson had a batting helmet on. Don't know if he would maybe courtesy run for Alter if he gets on.
Alter sends this one into left field. Coming forwards, the left fielder, he makes the catch. King tags up. King will score, sliding in safely. It's now 13-1 Martinsburg.
Just another big offensive output for the Dogs here, and we're still in the bottom of the fourth. I mean, if you look at the line scoring, 3-3-4-3. With just one out here.
Yep. One out. Runners on first and second. The only one that tagged up and advanced to base was King from third to home. Welt up to bat. Pitch from Walls misses outside for ball one.
And it looks like all the active players will enter today. With all the active players barring a double play here because Parker Robinson is up in the on-deck circle.
1-0 pitch swung on and missed by Welt for a strike. But if you asked really nicely, Spencer, they might let you go out and hit. Just kidding.
I don't have any high school eligibility left. Can't do that. That's illegal.
1 ball, 1 strike. You can reclass now. Runners on first and second, 1 out. This pitch high to Welt for ball 2.
I do know in VHSL, Virginia High School, you could only be, I believe 19 was the oldest you could be in playing a game. Don't know about WVSSAC rules.
It's 13-1. Martinsburg leads Grace Academy. 2-1 pitch. Misses outside for ball 3 to Welt. Hudson Walls step on the rubber. Runners will take their leads. 3-1 pitch. Way outside, but it's called strike 2. Count now full. Must have hit the strike zone and then broke behind the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Welt. Payoff pitch from Walls. Grounder down the first base line. Scooping it up as the first baseman steps on the bag for out number 2. The other 2 runners advance to second and third. There's now 2 outs for Martinsburg in the bottom of the fourth. Looks like we have another pinch hitter for the Bulldogs. They lead 13-1 over Grace Academy, the bottom of the fourth. Runners on second and third. Parker Robinson up to the plate in the spot of Murphy Clement. Takes the first pitch from Hudson Walls. It misses for a ball.
It's always nice to see, you're able to get in all the active players.
1 ball, no strikes. Pitch. Right down the middle, called strike 1 to Robinson.
Especially on a Saturday game.
Robinson, left-handed batter. Wearing the number 10 for Martinsburg. The pitch will be fouled off to the third base side over to the Martinsburg bullpen. The count now 1-2. Spar on third. Curio on second, the base runners for the Bulldogs. Walls will set. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3 on the outside corner to end the fourth. We'll head to the fifth. After this 1-minute break, it's Martinsburg 13, Grace Academy 1. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
April is National Donate Life Month. WVU Medicine is joining the effort to raise awareness for organ donation. Did you know that more than 100,000 people are waiting for life-saving organ transplants? One donor can save up to 9 people through organ donation, provide sight for 2 people through cornea donation, and restore health for more than 150 people through tissue donation. Join WVU Medicine and help spread awareness about the gift of donation. And if you haven't registered, visit registerme.org.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the top of the 5th inning between Grace Academy and the Martinsburg Bulldogs as Martinsburg leads 13-1 as the 10-run mercy rule will be in effect unless Grace Academy can put up 3 runs here as they trail by 12. Christian Alter still on the mound for Martinsburg after he came in last inning for Braden Oviedo, who had a strong 3-inning performance today.
Yeah, he really did, and wasn't expecting him. I mean, maybe the coaching staff was, but we weren't. We were expecting.
Yeah, we were expecting somebody else since he was out to pitch that last inning of the game yesterday in the 10-1 win over Spring Mills. So you have Alter pitching, Curio catching, Lupus at first, Everhart at second, Boobert, Schwartz, Steen at third, Wilton left, Camby in center, Robinson in right. Pitch from Alter. First pitch swinging, grounder to the third base side, the throw across the diamond, jumping up Lupus. He tags out the batter, Jake Barnhart, for out number 1. The Knights are now down to their final 2 outs as we head to the top of the lineup, and Andrew Ingram now up to bat.
Now batting number 15, Andrew Ingram.
Barnhart was retired on the 5-3 throw over tag out. Ingram against Alter, the pitch from Alter. Grounder in between shortstop and third into left field by Ingram. First pitch swinging, it's a 1-out single.
Yeah, that's just great placement there between the 5-6 hole to get on base there for Grace Academy to extend this ballgame.
Connor Early now up to bat. Runner on first is Ingram. Early struck out looking his first time up. Flew out to center his last time up. He'll swing at the first pitch. It's a fly ball to left center field. Tracking it down to Camby. He makes the catch for out number 2. That'll leave the runner on first and Ingram as he has to go back. Now, 1 more out's needed for a Bulldog victory. It brings up Jaden Peterson. Alter steps on the rubber. Peterson walked and was hit by a pitch his last time up, but then got picked off at first. First pitch, breaking ball that was called a ball 1 on the inside part of the plate. Alter looks over at the runner at first. Ingram as he takes his lead. Pitch misses outside. Count now 2-0 to Peterson. Alter looks again at Ingram. It's a short lead, so it won't throw over. The 2-0 pitch right on the outside part of the plate for strike 1 to Peterson.
Yeah, that caught the corner there for Alter.
Alter trying to finish this one. 2-1 pitch. Just misses outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Alter on the mound for the Bulldogs as they lead 13-1 here in the top of the 5th. Ball 4. That'll walk Jaden Peterson. He goes to first. Ingram goes to second. Still 1 out. And up the bat now, it looks like we have another pinch hitter. Carson Walls up to bat now for the Grace Academy Knights. Walls in the right-handed box, runners on first and second. He looks at the first pitch from Christian Alter. It's a strike right down the middle. Make the count 0-1.
Yeah, it could be another brother there.
Had a few, I believe.
You got
the Petersons, the Earlys, and now the Walls as this pitch called strike 2 to Carson Walls. You see any others on here? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
0-2 pitch, misses inside from Alter. Count now 1-2 to Connor Walls. Or excuse me, Carson Walls.
Yeah, you were putting Connor Early's name on Carson Walls' name.
1-2 pitch to Walls, misses inside from Alter. The count now 2-2. Peterson on first, Ingram on second for the Knights. We're down to their final out. Ground ball to the pitcher, Alter. Throw over to first for out number 3, and your Martinsburg Bulldogs get the win over the Grace Academy Knights. Final score after 5, Martinsburg 13, Grace Academy 1. As the Bulldogs improve to 14-8 on the season. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, then be back for the post-game show. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post 14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post 14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process.
Brings up Camian Gonzalez with runners on the corners. Runner from first going, and it's a fair ball down the third base line by Gonzalez. That's going to allow 1 to score.
The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Spring has sprung. Time to head to Orr's Farm Market to find your flowers, veggie plants, bagged mulches, and potting soil. Visit our bakery counter to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't forget our pie flavor of the month for April, Boston cream pie. We have West Virginia food products, local coffee, honey, maple syrup, dairy, and meat. We have 25 new Orr's jam and salsa flavors for you to try. Check us out at orrsfarmmarket.com, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the postgame show. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the post-game show brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's is fast, fresh, and friendly. Your final score, Martinsburg 13, Grace Academy 1, as your Bulldogs improve to 14-8 after the Mercy Rule win over the Knights as they fall to 4-9. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me, Spencer Dupuis, who will hear alongside our player of the game and the head coach of the Bulldogs, Aaron Byler, from shortly. Our cameramen are Dylan Bishop and Braden Schaffner. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. While we wait for the Bulldogs to wrap up their talk after the game, it looks like it might be done early, so maybe we can get Spencer down here before we get into the rest of the post-game show of the game stats and game summary. But your Bulldogs able to get back-to-back wins. Yesterday it was 10-1 over Spring Mills. Today 13-1 over Grace Academy, as Spencer will be making his way down here shortly to home plate. And then we'll get to our interviews as he waits for our player of the game to follow behind him. But another offensive explosion today for the Bulldogs, who get the 13 runs on 10 hits with only 1 error. Grace Academy, the 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors. It looks like we got 2 players coming down with Spencer Dupuis slowly, as They get lined up next to them. We will send it down whenever you're ready. Spencer, take it away.
We're down here with the games today, Braden Oviedo and Isaac Grove. You guys combined 3 for 3, 5 RBIs today, and you got the start on the mound. Oviedo, obviously it was a Saturday game, but you were able to come out working early.
Yeah, I felt good in the first inning. Arm got a little sore in the second and third, but I managed to get the job done.
You were able to get the job done at the plate as well for your team today.
Yeah, swing was feeling good. My two-strike approach in the second at-bat felt pretty good. And the one I hit center field, I pieced it pretty good.
And Grove, you were able to do that as well at the plate and get a couple RBIs today.
Yeah, I've been in a slump lately, and I just really needed that today. Like I've been working hard on myself.
And you guys took a tough loss at East Hardy in that second game of the doubleheader, but the last 2 games, the offensive output has been huge.
Yeah, our offense has been really good. Our energy was really good this game. Our energy versus East Hardy wasn't as good. I think today was our energy, and same with yesterday.
Yeah, the East Hardy game, we was coming off an early morning, a long drive. We're not very good at them morning games, but pulled out today in Saturday game.
All right, congrats, guys, on being named player of the game.
Thank you.
All right, we're joined by head coach Aaron Byler. 13-1 victory today over Grace Academy after that win last night. The offense coming together these last couple of days.
Yeah, it's good to see the bats getting going this time of year. With 2 weeks left of the season, it's a good time for them to get hot, so we're happy to see that.
And you had Oviedo start on the mound. He was able to make quick work to start it, and then he kind of told me that his arm got a little sore. You got Alter in there to finish things out. Obviously, you were able to have that offensive output, so you didn't have to go 2 more innings, save some arms.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, we knew coming in that those guys had pitched on Wednesday and were probably going to be a little bit sore, so we were trying to limit them. So being able to end it early is a good thing for us, and we can rest up and get ready for next week.
So you won 3 out of your last 4 games now. Actually, 4 out of your last 5 games when you look at it that way, and obviously you want that at this time of year, and it's going to be a tough week next week. You're going to have a regional opponent, Hampshire, and then Berkeley Springs, and then you got Musselman on Friday. But due to the kind of the injury situation, you had to cancel your weekend next weekend.
Yep, we're trying to be as healthy as we can and get ready for this week coming up. Got a big game on Friday, but Tuesday against Hampshire is just as important, so that's where our focus has to be. I think we're a good baseball team, but we're definitely not good enough to take anybody for granted. So we got to be ready to go on Tuesday.
What did you like most out of your team today?
Just their ability to show up this morning and get it done. It's tough after that turnaround. We're on 6 hours of sleep if we're lucky. Last night you played in front of a couple hundred people in a conference game, and tonight there's 50 people. Today there's 50 people. So just to be able to handle that, baseball was different every single day. So just proud of how they handled the situation today.
Okay, congrats on the win, and we'll see you Tuesday.
Thanks, Spencer.
Back up, Colin.
Thank you, Spencer Dupuis, as well as Aaron Byler, Isaac Grove, and Braden Oviedo. Let's continue our post-game show and get into the game summary brought to you by the Farmer and Mechanic Insurance Companies. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. Grace Academy in the first inning was stopped after back-to-back strikeouts by Oviedo. They were able to put a runner on base, but didn't get that runner home. Martinsburg's offense started early and continued throughout the game. They put 3 runs up in that bottom of the first inning. The Knights were able to attack on that lone run in the top of the second. Bottom of the second, it was 3 more for Martinsburg, 4 more in the bottom of the third, 3 more in the fourth. And then that gave them the 13 runs to Grace Academy's 1 to get the win. Let's now get into your game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 south of Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. Starting off with Martinsburg's offense. Canby, 1 for 3 day. He had 3 runs, struck out the one time. Oviedo had a 2 for 2 day with 2 RBIs and a walk. Steen, a 1 for 1 day with a run and an RBI. Buber, a 1 for 3 day, 2 runs and a strikeout. King at the on base with his walk and his at bat. Lupus had a 1 for 1 day with 2 runs, 3 RBIs and a walk. Sifford had a strikeout in his 2 at bats. Curio walked. Rupenthal walked. Alter had a hit in his at-bat with 2 RBIs. Grove, a 3 RBI day with 1 hit as well. Wilt, 1 hit, 3 runs in his 2 at-bats. Clement, not as good as he had yesterday. He went 0 for 2 at the plate. Robinson had the strikeouts to 0 for 1 with the 13 runs, 10 hits, and only walking 6 times, striking out 4 times. So 11 RBI day for the Bulldogs. Pitching, Oviedo against the Wind, 3 innings pitched, giving up 3 hits, 1 run. It wasn't earned. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Alter, 2 innings pitched, giving up 1 hit, no runs, struck out 1, and walked 1. The loss goes to Lawson Akins of the Knights, 2 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 6 hits, 10 runs, 8 of them earned, striking out 3, walking 4. And Walls goes 1 2/3, giving up 4 hits. All 3 runs were earned from him, 1 strikeout, and 2 walks. Our players of the game were Grove and Oviedo, which are brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. And that will wrap things up from P.O. Faulkner Park this morning, as first pitch was at 10:05. Your final score, Martinsburg 13, Grace Academy Knights 1. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 alongside me with Spencer Dupuis, Dylan Bishop, and Braden Schaffner. We'll send it now to Nick Verzolini with the post-game scoreboard show. Until Monday's Sports Mix, have a great weekend, everyone.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
We welcome you into the Cody's Auto Body post-game scoreboard show, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, where you get the work done right the first time. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Once again, your final score here this evening from the this morning, almost afternoon. Martinsburg gets the win here on this Saturday over Grace Academy, 13-1 due to run rule. In other EPAC softball action, this was in baseball, if you're just tuning in softball tonight, Martinsburg falls to Hedgesville 15-0. So some other games that will go on today throughout the day, and of course you have the NBA playoffs going on, but nothing's really started since it's only 11:59 a.m. But we will have Washington Nationals baseball for you as the Nats take on the Twins today at 2:10. Minnesota 11-9 on the season, 4-3 at home, and Washington 6-13 on the year. They're 4-4 on the road. Cool gets the start for Washington. Lopez on the mound for Minnesota. The Orioles are also in action today against the Detroit Tigers. Kyle Gibson starting for the O's and Wentz starting for Detroit. And then I believe we have 3 NBA playoff games. These won't be on the radio. The Orioles won't be on our station either, but the Nats will be. 76ers Nets here tonight at this afternoon at 1 p.m. 3:30 Suns Clippers, Bucks Heat at 7:30, and at 10 p.m. Grizzlies Lakers. So that's pretty much everything going on, and we will, I guess, conclude this scoreboard show. There's some other high school games going on right now, but no final scores yet. So see you on Monday for the Sports Mix. That concludes here from the studio. I'm Nick Verzolini.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, The Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talk radio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.